Hey, 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 hey. Hello, beautiful people. Okay, so I hope you are having a fantastic day. So I wanted to bring a nugget of wisdom to you today. If you have no idea who I am, and who I'm at, no, where I'm at, I'm in Colorado, and my name is Stacy Walker. I'm the facilitator of the Unleash Your Ambition Society, also the founder of Unleash Your Ambition, and I help driven women who have coaching, consulting, healing businesses. I help them design a simple client attraction process or method that's aligned with their vision, mission, and personality, because the truth is when it comes to marketing and selling, there is no cookie cutter approach to this, because your essence is like definitely infused in everything that you do, and plus you're not a cookie. So that's what I help people with. So what I wanted to talk about today was about the fear of being judged when you sell or when you show up on social media. And the reason why I want to talk about this today is because I know it's something that every human being has come face to face with at some time or another in their life. Now, specifically for those of us who are building businesses, whether you're at the newest stage or you've been in business for a while, we still come up against this, because guess what? We're human. It's just something that will come up. So what I wanted to share with you today was a simple way to eliminate your fear of being judged, especially when you know it's interfering with your calling, you know that you're running away from your purpose, and you know that it's self-sabotaging your results. You're not getting the results that you want in your business. You're not making the income. You're not making the impact that you want to make. You're not creating generational wealth for your family. You're not able to donate to specific charities and causes because you keep on stopping yourself, because you're focusing on what people think of you. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this, because oh my goodness, because I'm reading a great book. It's called Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life by Bob Proctor. And for those of you who have been a part of my community and have been connected to me or with me for a while, I talk about this man at least once a day. It's so funny. My husband, he laughs at me because he always expects me to say Bob Proctor's name at least once a day, right? And the reason why I mention this man's name all the time or daily is because he made an impression on me. He taught me about how I think, how humans think. He taught me about how the subconscious mind works. He taught me about how the conscious mind works. He taught me about self-image. He taught me about my unlimited potential and your unlimited potential too, to create whatever life you want for yourself. He taught me how powerful I am as a human being, right? Being connected to source, to God, to the creator, to all of it. And so are you. So this is why we are able to actually design whatever life we want for ourselves. We don't have to settle for what we've got. And once you become aware of this, it makes it so much easier for you to achieve your goals. Now, don't think that you don't have to put in the work. You have to put in the work, and a lot of it's inner work. So my last nugget of wisdom, I talked more specific. I think I talked about, I don't even remember what I talked about, but I know it had to do with marketing. I want to dive into mindset, because I know when I rebranded my company and shifted from a personal brand to a company brand, which is now Unleash Your Ambition, I wanted to make sure.
Let me put cats in my
Here you go. Okay, give it to Daddy and close the door. Wait, close the door, baby. Thank you. That's my little one. I haven't set boundaries with them today about busting in. I usually don't mind when he comes in. I forgot what I was saying. Oh my goodness. It'll come back to me in a minute. Oh my goodness, what did I say? What was I saying? I don't know. Anyway, it's gone. I'll remember later. So what I want to share with you before I get into the simple ways to eliminate your fear of being judged, I wanted to read an excerpt out of the book that I'm reading. And this stood out to me this morning, and I was like, you know what? I need to share this today because I know somebody needs to hear it, even if it's just to me, right? I always say, like, anything that I'm sharing with you, I'm also sharing with myself, because guess what? I'm able to fall short at any time, no matter how much success I've achieved over the years of building my business, of building the life that I've always dreamed of. I'm human. I'm still going to fall short. So remember, I'm not talking down at you or at you. We're in this together. We're in this together. Okay, so this is from the book, Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life. So this is what Bob is saying. He says, what you think of yourself is very important. Let me start all over. Oh my goodness. I got nervous all of a sudden because guess what? I'm feeling the fear of being judged right now. So let me knock that out. Okay. So what you think of yourself is very important. What other people think of you is not important. I used to be very concerned with what other people thought of me. I'm not anymore, because I realize what somebody else thinks of me really has no bearing on my life. What I think of me is everything. If I really work at being a nice person and I work at accomplishing something, other people will probably like me. But if I go around concerning myself with what other people think, I'm not going to accomplish very much. He says, Bill Gove taught me to be relaxed in front of an audience. Bill Gove said, remember, you're only talking to one person. You could have a whole room full of people, but there's only one person. You've got to get that straight in your head and be really interested in sharing something of value with that one person that's listening. If you focus your attention on what you think of you, everything will work out pretty well. And I thought this was a powerful, powerful message that he was sharing, because it applies to those of us who really want to make a difference in this world, who want to use our unique gifts to improve the quality of people's lives. But if we are too focused on what other people think, it's going to just mess up everything. Like we become our own worst enemies, because we're caring more about what other people think of us than what we think of ourselves. And also, I want you to remember this. People are selfish. Most people aren't even thinking about you. They're not even concerned about you because they're too wrapped up in their head worrying about what other people think about them. I mean, that's the truth right there. So remind yourself that people are selfish. People are too wrapped up in their lives and in their own in their head. And what's important is for you to be able to get the attention of the people you know you can help through your business with your products or services. And the only way to do that is to provide something of value, is to be able to show up, is to be able to sell, right? So what I want to share is a process that I came up with that has really helped me on my journey, not only as an entrepreneur, but as loving myself more. Because there is a time where I didn't love myself, or I didn't even think I deserved love. And I don't even know where I picked that up, because I was raised in a household that was actually loving. I did not want or need for anything. I don't know where I picked it up. Maybe my peers. Some of it I'm still trying to remember, because there's parts of my life that I totally don't remember. And I'm going through a lot of healing and working with people to help me figure. I mean, I guess I don't always need to know exactly what event happened in my life to cause me to view myself in a certain way. I don't think that really matters. I think what matters is, like, that you can change it, like how you view yourself. So the first thing to eliminate your fear of being judged. Oh, and by the way, if you're commenting, if you're typing in the comments, I'm not ignoring you. It's just that I can't see the comments. Just the way that my setup is, I'll be changing it in the future, but know that I will respond to your comments as soon as I'm done with this live stream. And for those of you who are replay viewers, do not hesitate to tell me hello, where you're watching from, and if you have any questions for me, don't hesitate to ask. I'm here for you, just as I'm here for myself. But I really love being able to answer questions. I love feedback. I mean, who doesn't love feedback, especially if it's good? Even if it's not good feedback, you know what? That's okay too. I don't care. All right. So the first thing is, like, focus on what you think of yourself, right? Because here's the thing. This is an act of self-love. This is also like how do you see yourself? Like, here's the thing. Like, how other people see you could be totally different from how you see yourself. For example, I worked with someone a couple of years ago, and I tell you, everybody said nothing but praises of her. Her family, her friends, her clients, her colleagues, everyone said nothing but positive things to her because she was a very giving and loving person. She always gave people the attention. She even had some boundary. She never really set great boundaries, which was one thing that I helped her work on, even though I helped mostly with, the client attraction stuff, but it's still a part of it. She has to learn how to set boundaries as a business owner working with people. But anyway, she would always get praise. But what she revealed to me is that she didn't love herself. What she revealed to me is that she would call herself stupid all the time. What she would say is that she is not a smart person. And this is what she thought of herself. The things that she thought of herself was nothing nice. And I know what that's like because I've been there for sure. And I'm pretty sure some of you have been there too. And some of you are in it right now. So what's most important is to focus on what you think of yourself. And because here's the thing, early on, you took what other people told you, who you were, as truth. Early on, you took what other people told you who you are as truth. So, let me give you an example here. How about, as a child, because that was early on, my mom always said, Stacy, you are so smart and independent. You are so smart and independent. I would hear this all the time as a child, right? And I would just accept that as truth because I think before the age of 7, it might be 8, I don't know, it might be a little bit younger. Like, we don't even, at that age, we don't discern whether we want to take on what people are saying about us as truth or not. We just accept it, right? So, my mom tells me I'm smart and independent all the time as a child. When I grow up, most likely, I'm independent and I'm smart. That's how I identify myself. And then there could be my neighbor down the street who's also very smart and independent, right? But their father is telling them over and over again that they're stupid. They're not going to amount to anything great, right? That person, that child, is hearing that over and over and over again. Guess what that person's going to think of themselves in adolescence, young adulthood, if they don't change their self-image. They're going to think that they won't amount to anything and that they're stupid, which impacts every area of their life, because most likely that person, if they took on that as truth, they never finish anything that they start. They probably have horrible relationships with people. They're not going after their dreams because they believe they won't amount to anything. So, and all of us have been told something and we took on as truth. Like I said, before the age of 7, we don't even question it. It doesn't have to be true, but we take it on as truth. And this can happen to us in early adulthood. This can happen in abusive relationships, right? This can happen in a multiple different ways, whether it's things that are loving words or not so loving words. We take on those as truth without even evaluating, is that really true or not, right? So what I would love for you to do is like right now, there might be some things that you're saying to yourself or that you think of yourself that isn't really serving you and the goals you want to accomplish and the vision you want to realize. So there's 3 questions you ask yourself. Do I like me? Do I like me? Second question. Do I like what I'm doing in my life every single day? Do I like how I'm doing it? All right? 3 questions. And this is all focused on you. Now, of course, no one's going to know the answers to that except you, and most likely you're going to be honest with yourself, right? So if any of those answers are no, you and only you have the power to change it. Now, I'm not going to go into like exactly how you change it because that's a whole nother topic on its own. And I want to share some laser focused things that you can actually start working on now. And if you're wondering like, what does this have to do with me making money, Stacy, or showing up on social media? It has everything to do with it. I mean, just really think about it. If you really don't like yourself, if you don't like the things that you're doing, then most likely you're not getting the results that you desire, right? You could have all the right words to say, you could have all the aesthetics and everything look perfect, but the way that you look at yourself is definitely going to impact the results that you make in your life and also the type of people that are attracted to you and your message, right? So it's always a good thing to practice an act of self-love every day to make sure you're not taking on what other people think about you. What's most important is what you think about you. And if you discover some things that you say about yourself are not loving, change it. Change it, right? But of course, awareness is the first step. Okay, second thing is the transmission. This is your nugget of wisdom, right? This is about you focusing on your message. Of course, I work with entrepreneurs, everybody, even people who aren't entrepreneurs or business owners. Everybody has a particular message to share. It's something that they stand for, right? Everyone has something important to say. It's really honing in on what that thing is, and it's usually the thing that you stand for. It's usually the thing that is tied to your vision and how you want to make a positive impact in people's lives. So this is about you focusing on your message. So instead of thinking about like, oh my gosh, people are going to think I'm salesy. Oh my gosh, what is that person? What are these people going to think of me when I show up on Facebook or Instagram or wherever? Or what is my family going to think about me? It's like, who cares what they think of you? They don't live your life. Nobody lives your life except you, right? Okay, so this is about you focusing on your message. This is about you focusing on the thing that you want to share. Like right now, this is my nugget of wisdom, and I'm focusing on the message that I'm sharing with you. It is the transmission that's coming to you. It's like a divine download because I'm not even planning anything out of what I'm saying. This is just coming to me, through me, from the heart to you. Now, yes, I do have like a list of notes, but it's not like verbatim. I'm saying everything. I'm really sharing what is coming through to me. So you have an important message to share with the people that you want to help through your business. The only way that you can help them is if you show up and is if you sell, because selling is an act of service. There are people in this world that value what you have to say, value the things that you have to offer. But if you're not sharing your message, focusing on that message and sharing it, how do you expect anyone to enroll in your product or service? How do you expect anyone to work with you? How do you expect anyone to believe in what you have to offer if you aren't standing strong on your message, right? And sharing it with people. You're not meant to just keep it to yourself. Like, what good is that doing? It's not doing any good for you, and it's not doing any good for anyone else. Like, always remember that. I know, like, when I start playing small, because it happens to me. It happens to me, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, here I go. I'm so sick of my bullshit. I need to just share what I'm going to share. It doesn't need to be perfect. I mean, shoot, at the beginning of this live stream, I had all my words jumbled up, and that usually happens. That's just what happens every now and then, and that's fine. I wasn't like freaking out and decided to like log out of Facebook or anything like that. But the thing is, your transmission, your message is important. Somebody needs to hear it. Right? You are a part of someone's journey, whether you realize that or not. You are part of somebody's journey to help them improve the quality of their life, to help them live a more fulfilled life, to help them live a life to where they feel they have purpose. That could be anyone, all right? So remember that. Third thing is active love and service. So this is about you focusing on delivering your message by speaking from the heart. I know when I started using video, I would write out every single word that I was going to say. And it was just so ridiculous because I was so stiff and just so animated. And it took me like an hour to create a 2-minute recorded video. It was absolutely ridiculous. Finally, I just realized that it was wasting a lot of my time. And it just didn't feel right. I just felt so stiff, right? I didn't want to feel stiff. So I decided, you know what? I'm just going to speak from the heart. What comes out is going to come out. And so be it. And I'm glad that I've trusted that. So, and I want you to trust what you're speaking to. Like like I said, you have a message that you're sharing, and you want to make sure it gets the attention of the people who are open to receiving that message. Your message is not for everyone. Your products and services are not for everyone. They are for a specific person out there that is open to receiving your message. It is for a specific person out in this world who is ready to make the next move in their life, whatever that is. Okay? So just speak from the heart. Who cares if you stutter? Who cares if your hair's not done? I mean, I've done so many live streams where I'm sweating because I just, went on a mountain hike with my son and my husband. And, I'm just like, you know what? I don't care what I look like. I'm showing up and I'm just going to share what I'm going to share before it fizzles out. When we wait too long to share a message publicly, it fizzles out. Like that energy behind it, that inspiration, that excitement. Not that you have to be excited to share a message. It's just that the download's so fresh. And I'm not saying like every time you think of something like you gotta pop on and do a live stream or send out an email or write something or do an audio. I'm just saying, like, within your parameters of like when and where you have decided to share your message with other people to attract clients or customers, like, make sure that you don't wait until the message starts fizzling out to where you're not connected to the message anymore, but you just still want to share it, right? When you let that happen, it just is not as powerful or effective at all. So an act of love is service, is you delivering that message. Last one is a call to action. So this is like the little marketing piece in all of this, but all of this is marketing really. I just communicate it in a different way than how most people teach marketing, which can seem complicated. Believe me, before I got masterful at marketing, it just seems so complicated. So this is all marketing. It's just I'm communicating it to you in a way to where you really understand the important work you have to do, the things that you stand for, the message you're sharing, and the people who are open to receiving that message, for them to work with you, right? So the call to action is give the person who's receptive to your message the next steps. So I mentioned this in the last nugget of wisdom, I believe. I think I'm recalling that. Is that you don't want to share an audio publicly or a video publicly or the written word like an email or an article publicly and just end your message with nothing, right? You want to make sure you do your job and have a call to action. You want to give the next steps for people to do who are receptive to your message. Now, I'm not saying you have to do this 100% of the time, but I would say about 90% of the time. And it doesn't always have to do with a monetary exchange. Like, for example, here's my call to action. I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. This week, me and my co-host, Deborah Anderson, we launched Package Your Brilliant series, and we gathered 18 experts from all over the world who are revealing what it takes to turn a brilliant idea into a product or service and into a successful business, right? And if you've always dreamed of ditching your unfulfilling 9-to-5, this is geared towards people who are still working 9-to-5s. You might work a 9-to-5, you haven't taken the leap because you're concerned about if it's going to take too much time, money, resources, or you're stuck at like, what do I do? Or maybe you just haven't thought of a viable, an idea that's going to turn into a viable product or service, right? This is for you. This series is for you. And it's also for the person that has the business, still at the 9-to-5, holding on to the 9-to-5 because of the same reasons. You're struggling to find the right profitable idea, right? That will be a product and service that's actually going to generate the income beyond what you're making at your 9-to-5. Because again, anyone in my community, you know that I'm not helping you build a business to just pay the bills. This is about generational wealth. This is about the FU money, and you can definitely do that. So if you're stuck on how to get started with any of that, you're concerned that you don't have enough time, resources, or money to make it work, even if you've already taken the leap and you have an online business, there's always room to expand and learn something new. So our whole mission with the Package Your Brilliant series is to help you use your unique gifts, have the freedom and flexibility to do what you want, to make as money as you want, because there is no limit on how much money you can make, because you have unlimited potential. Your talents go way beyond your talents, your unique abilities, your experiences go way beyond what a traditional 9-to-5 can provide, especially right now. We are at a time when a lot of people are out of work. And a lot of people are out of work because they don't know what else to do. They have not been taught, all of us, and unless you were around other entrepreneurs, the public system, and I'm not downing it, it has its place. The educational system has its place. However, there's some gaps. We were taught to be employees. We weren't taught to think for ourselves, to be able to use our unique gifts, and to be able to monetize those gifts while helping other people and creating generational wealth. So, if that's what you want, join this series, because the women are absolutely amazing. They are revealing it all. No fluffy stuff, straight to the point. Of course, they're sharing parts of their journey, but they're also sharing something practical for you so you can take the next steps, because you are meant to do great things in life and you can't do it alone. You need an army of people to help you realize your vision, for sure. You're not going to be able to do this alone, so you might as well should just get used to that, right? And I know some of you are going to try to do things by yourself, and I'm going to tell you, you're wasting time that you can't get back. You can't get it back. I had a post the other day. We never know how long we're going to be in this life. We could go just like that. You don't want to get to the end of your life regretting that you didn't bet on yourself more. So, stop being afraid of being judged, because most people aren't even thinking about you anyway, right? People are selfish. So what you want to do is think about you and what you think of yourself. Focus on that message. deliver that message and make sure that you give the people who are receptive to that message next steps of what to do next. That could be to join your email list. That could be to enroll in a program that you have. That could be for them to get on the phone with you. It's whatever it is. It could be for them to join your Facebook group. It's whatever it is, but you want to make sure you want to give people next steps. All right. That is it for this nugget of wisdom. I hope you got a lot out of this. I know it was longer than usual, but I couldn't help it. This was coming through me strong. All right. Bye, everyone, and I will chat with you later. Bye.